This video is similar in some ways to a previous video in that we're going to show you how to cold smoke a particular type of breakfast sausage. Now the recipe differs a little bit in its food ingredients, and we're going to differ the video a little bit to keep it interesting. And I thought maybe since I'm running batches of particular sizes in the neighborhood of 40 pounds or so, it's probably about time I showed you some features of food handling techniques and probably went a little bit into some of the basics of food preparation, food safety issues surrounding and handling of pork, especially if you're doing this in the home where you're handling that type of quantities and you're doing it all yourself, because there's only one of you or two of you perhaps, maybe you have a buddy that'll help you, but with limited numbers of people and a fixed numbers of time, there's some certain things you can do to limit exposure or perhaps to limit your risk of contamination. So this video, when it was shot with a little bit more emphasis on handling of the food, a little less emphasis on the actual recipe per se. So I'll have a little bit in there on that, but why don't we just get into some of it right now.
This week's project is a variation on a country sausage, perhaps smoked if the weather holds. First step is debone pork butt. Next step is cube pork butt. Catch pork butt, put pork butt in grinder, grind pork butt into container, store pork, and take out quantities as necessary to mix into the sausage batter.
This recipe is very similar to the previous two recipes for country breakfast sausage I already provided in another video. What makes this recipe a little bit different is rather than using common table salt, this recipe uses Morton Tender Quick. Now Morton Tender Quick is actually a proprietary blend of a couple of things, and what's in that blend, there's a little bit of sugar, but there's also mostly table salt with just a little bit of sodium nitrate, sodium nitrite. Now, when those ingredients, the combination of those ingredients are added to meat and you cook it, it will produce a pinkening, a color change in the meat. It gives you a nice color to it. Now, if you've ever smoked a pork loin, something like that, you'll notice you get that nice little pink ring around as the smoke permeates the meat and gives it that color. Well, this product gives the whole sausage that color. Now, in addition to that, it uses another proprietary product, which is a dextrose-based powdered hickory flavoring, and we add that to it. It gives just the two products together give just a slight sweet, just a hint of a flavor to it, just a slight sweet flavor to it. Not very strong. None of my sausages are particularly very highly spiced. I try to make them that way because you can always add a little more too if you want to, or you can take a little bit out again if you want to. They just give you a nice place to start. So matter of fact, let me just show you a quick picture of a commercial sausage and this sausage. So if you'll notice, just because the package says whole hog sausage does not mean that it is a low fat constituent sausage. There's a lot of fat on a hog, and the more they put in your sausage means the less they have to pay someone to come get and haul away.
Now to make this sausage, we're going to use these ingredients: crushed red pepper, black pepper, sage, of course, Morton Tender Quick, and a powdered smoke product. Now the powdered smoke product is a hickory flavor, got a little dextrose in it. The Morton Tender Quick has sodium nitrate, sodium nitrite, mostly table salt, got a wee bit of sugar in it. And get ready to hit pause to take the recipe down if you like to. Now, let's go upstairs, and I want to make a point of something here. Now, here's a little holding refrigerator. Now, inside we have the 6 pork butts that we ground earlier. Now, you saw just down below that we were set up and ready to go. Now, in the meantime, I didn't leave the meat hanging around. It's just not a good practice in meat handling. So as soon as I ground it, take it up here and get it under refrigeration. There's 6 pounds of meat in the mixer. I've got 6 pounds in the bowl. Now in my videos I usually say my scale won't weigh but 5 pounds. Truth is, I think it's a 10-pound scale, but by the time I take out a stainless steel bowl, and I have to have a bowl of a proper size I can actually see to read the scale, so I just say we can't read but 5 pounds. But the truth is, I can actually read 6. In this case, since I'm going to do 3 batches per actual mixer, that's going to be 3 times 6 is 18, and my mixer here is a 17-pound mixer nominal. I ought to be able to get 3 bowls of 6 pounds each. Okay, to save some time, I've gone ahead and just portioned and then dry mixed the spices together. And what we'll do is we'll add it into the mix a little bit at a time. And the purpose of this is, if you add it in just a little bit at a time, it just seems to help your mix a little bit. You can keep your mixer from moving on you. We finished doing our mix, and now we've taken a little spoon and we've spooned out a little patty, and we will take it over to the microwave and we'll cook it up. Well, our sample is out. We're going to take it out of the bowl. Put it over here. See, it's pinked up a little bit. I don't know if the camera's color is true enough to show that, but it did pink it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to use these red stripe cloth casings. Using dry, I'm using red stripe because I've got hot pepper in this batch. What we do is when it comes time to hog ring them, we take our hog ring pliers, we take a loop that we make, just cooking string, just wrapped around our fingers and cut and then tied. And what we'll do is, when it comes time, we just hook that string right in that hog ring, and then we put it around the sausage bundle like that, crimp her down. Now, for right now, we got to take our sausage, put it up into our machine, turn her handle, and get her going. Now, to stuff these, we just put them on the tube. Crunch her in here. You need them firm, but not unrealistically tight. You need them firm enough so that they don't have holes in the meat when you slice them. These are 3-pound bags. Give her a twist at the top to hold her down. If I can do this without dropping the string or the ring. And there you go. There's the first batch. These are 3-pound casings. There are 6 of them there. Through the miracle of advanced mathematics, we have 6 times 3 is 18. Voila! 18 pounds of sausage. We got just a little bit left in the stuffer. The hopper is taken immediately into the refrigerator because I'm going to use it again and it will fit. I have cleaned the stomper. These have been in the refrigerator. They're out only for purposes of showing you this little video clip. I have cleaned the mixer.